All right, you guys, so let's get started with the practice. And I want to keep the practice actually a little more flowing and adding some stillness. I know it was a nice warm day here in Reno, but we just had cold weather. We just had snow last week, and now we've got in the 60s, and we're going back to cold weather again. It's called variable condition. That's Vata. How do you calm Vata down? By bringing in stillness. So even though it was a nice warm day and it makes us feel great, when we're having to deal with cold, hot, that's a lot of change. And we need to keep things stable for our bodies, right? That means your routine, your schedule, and also your yoga practice. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing a practice to help stabilize, help calm the Vata, because we're dealing with a lot of change in the environment. All right. Let's get started. So we're going to start at actually laying on our back and move on from there. Okay. All right. Okay. So coming to your mat, I have side pockets. It's always nice. And we're going to lay on our back and we're going to do a little bit of movement. No, Marby. So drawing the right knee in, extend the left leg. And then we're going to take that leg and then open up to the right. And then bring the leg up and then go to the left. And take that leg down and draw the other knee in and extend the right leg out. And then open up to the side. And then pull it across the body. Nice and easy. Good. And then we're going to draw both knees in. And then open up the arms to the side and take the knees to the right, but look to the left. And then the legs come up and move to the left, and you're going to look to the right. Good, and then bringing it up again. And from here, we're going to straighten the legs. Reach the arms up above you. Good, and then lift up. And as you lift, you're going to hold it here. Now, if you need to support your head, that's fine. But see if you can stay lifted like this. And then drop the right leg, and then reach up, drop the left leg, and then up, drop the right leg, and then up, drop the left leg. Good, keep going, drop right, and then lift, drop left. Now, if you want to, you can keep alternating or both legs lower, and then lift, lower, and lift. Two more, lower and lift. One more, lower and lift. Good. And then reaching the arms up above the head, drop your feet to the ground, push up into bridge, and then drop the arms to your side. And then release the pelvis, lift the arms up. Push, and the arms come back to your side. So you're going to do that 3 more times, dropping the pelvis, reaching up, and then pushing up. 2 more, reach, and then lift. 1 more, reach, and then lift. And then holding it here, and keep the knees tracked in line with the front of the hip bone, okay? So not the back, not the sides, the front. Good. So in other words, you don't want the knees splaying out. Open them up. Keep it lifting. Press into your feet and into your heels to get a little bit more of a lift. So lift a little bit more. All right. And then lowering, and you're going to lift the legs. And we're going to lift ourselves all the way up into a forward fold. So you're going to lower using momentum. Down and then up, forward fold. That was cool. And then inhale, extension. Step back, right leg lunge. Pause there. Drop the knee. And then lift up, reach. Good, release down. And then the back leg is going to come in. Now I want you to move the left hip back and the right hip forward. Drop your head down. Hold it there. Good, and then from there, hands to the ground, step back into down dog. Get a hollow in your belly. Shifting forward into plank, slowly lowering, lifting up Bhajanasana, lift. Press back, down dog. Good, and then stepping forward with the right leg. Holding it in a lunge. Good. And then dropping the knee and then lift up, reach. Good, release. Step your back leg in. We're going to do a little bit of a rotation. Inhale up. Exhale, sitting in Utkatasana and rotating to the right. So you're rotating right. Now, if you can't drop the elbow, then open up your arms. That's fine. Okay? Lean back. Inhale up. And then exhale, going to the left. And again, open up your arms if you need to, no problem. This helps release tension between the spine and the shoulder blade. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Good. Inhale, extension, and we're going to step back into down dog. Shift forward plank, lower. Lift up Bhajanasana. Press back, down dog. Step forward, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, reach up. Hold it there. So here we're holding that stillness. So to calm Vata, you want to be nice and strong, and then you hold. Be still, so you're not micro adjusting. Okay. You're just holding. Stillness. What does Vata need? Vata needs strength. Vata needs stability. Good, and we drop into another forward fold. So you're going to straighten the front leg. You move the right hip back, left hip forward, and then drop down. Go right over that leg. Oh, I forgot to add the forward fold on the other side. That's okay. Good, and then from there, hands come to the ground, step back into down dog. Shift forward plank with as much control as you can, slowly lower. You can modify to the knees if you need to, lift Bhajanasana. And take it back, down dog. And now your left leg steps forward, Virabhadrasana one, reach. Drop your back heel. So keep the back heel down. Good. stillness, strength, stability. And then straightening that leg. This time your left hip moves back, your right hip forward, and then you bend right over. And again, hold. Now, anytime you need to, you can use blocks. If you have 2 blocks, you can do a block on either side, okay, or just 1 block, and you hold. Straightening that leg. Keep moving the left hip back, right hip forward. Good, and then from there, hands to the ground, stepping back into down dog. Dropping down onto your knees. The knees together, open up your feet. So if you don't have as much flexibility, you want to use a block and you're flattening out your feet. You're just going to go back like that. If you do have more flexibility, you sit in between your feet and then you go back. Okay. Okay, and if you can go all the way back onto your back, that's fine. Do it. I'm having a foot cramp tonight. If you have one knee that's tweaky, you could just go back on one leg. No big deal. Ooh. Okay. Good, and then to come out of that, you press the heel of your hands into the heel of your feet, and then come back up. Press back down dog. Good, we're gonna pick up the right leg and step forward again for warrior 1. We're doing an add-on. So come back up, Virabhadrasana 1, again with strength and steadiness. Now we're gonna add rotation. So we had done chair pose, rotate to the right, or you can open up your arms. So it looks like this, okay? Right, either one. Lean back. Lean way back. And then come up, straightening your leg. Left hip back, right hip forward. So I'm sorry, right hip back, left hip forward. So you square the hips, in other words, and then fold right over that leg. Use a block if you need to. Your head goes down towards the knee. Hold. Good, and then stepping back into down dog. Shifting forward plank, nice and steady. Slowly lowering with control. Lifting up. Keep your pelvis on the ground for cobra. Down dog. Going steady through the practice tonight. Stepping forward on with the left leg, Virabhadrasana 1. Come up. And then rotating. So you're either keeping the hands together and you hook that elbow to the outside of the left knee, or thigh, or open up your arms, either one. Coming back up, straightening the leg. Okay, so left hip back, right hip forward, and then forward fold. Hold it there. Use a block if you need to. Even out your breath, slow it down. So if you've been feeling scattered, it's even more important that you move into that stillness with each pose. Hands on the ground and stepping back into down dog. Drawing your navel in, get hollow in your belly. Then shifting forward, plank with control, lower. Keep the pelvis on the ground. And then down. Stepping forward, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. So we're going to do Virabhadrasana 2, add a rotation, and then we open up the hips again, Virabhadrasana 2, and then we're going to do Trikonasana. So holding warrior two, looking down the middle right finger. Okay. So if you notice that your torso is leaning forward, typically what that means is that your stance, your feet are too close. So this is what happens. This is what people do. All it means is that you need to go wider. Use your whole mat. Back arm is going to swing around. Lift your back heel, high lunge. Continue to rotate the torso towards the front leg. So you're rotating your torso towards the front leg. Reach your arm up. Hold it. Be still. Then the upper arm swings around. You're going to drop your back heel again and come back into warrior two. So you have to use some strength here. Warrior two. Then straightening the front leg, adjust your back leg by pulling it in a little bit, both legs straight, and drop into Trikonasana. Good, you can hold your shin, or you can go to the baby toe side of the foot, either with a block or with your hand to the ground. Draw your navel in and make sure your torso lines up with the front leg. Swing the arm around. Step back, down dog. Hold here for a few breaths, nice and steady. Shifting forward into plank. Slowly lower with control. Lift up Badakanasana, pause. Drop your shoulders, press your elbows into your side. Draw the navel in, soften your face. Steady but soft. Then reach down. Good, and then from there, left leg is going to step forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, use your whole mat. Look down the middle left finger. Steady. Keep the torso on top of the pelvis. See if you can drop a little deeper. Holding. Strength and stillness. Back hand is going to come around. Lift your back heel up. So you're in a high lunge. Keep rotating the torso towards the front leg and then reach. Hold it there. Remember what rotations are doing. They're helping you to come back to center. They're helping you to assimilate. So if you took in a lot today, these rotations, those twists, help us to assimilate and digest. Then swinging that arm around, you're going to drop your back heel and then come back up into Virabhadrasana 2. Then straightening the leg and then pulling the back leg in a little bit. You want to line up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. And then lowering. Hand can go to the shin or to the baby toe side of the foot, either with a block or hand on the ground. Make sure you line up that torso with that front leg. And then swinging the arm around and stepping back into down dog. Holding it here for a few breaths. Shifting forward into plank. With steadiness, lower. Lifting up Badakanasana. And then child's pose. So big toes together, open up your knees, arms at your side, rest. Okay, so it's a complete rest. That means you let go. You're not holding on to anything, and soften your breath. Okay, so from here, we're going to actually go on to our back. You're going to bring your feet together first into Badakanasana. So you want to be facing side because you're going to end up on your back. So Badakanasana first. Here, you pull your heels all the way in. We're going to end up on our back. And drop down. You can press your elbows down. Remember to watch your chin. So oftentimes people lift their chin up. Engage Jalandhara Bandha here. So I want you to drop your chin, move the head back. So that means you're going to reach through the crown of the head, keep reaching the chest forward. Good. And then from there, you're going to take 2 fingers on each hand and come around through the big toe and the second toe. Grab your toes. Bring your feet up off the ground. And then you're going to open up. Okay, so now if you need to do bent knee, that's fine. If you don't have the flexibility to open up all the way, no big deal. Good, and then bring it in. Bring it in. And now see if you can go straight out in front of you. Okay, so if you need to stay bent in your knees, that's fine. If you could straighten both legs, go for it. And then release your hands and then hold. So you're releasing your hands and then holding. And if you have to do it from a bent knee position, no problem. You can also grab the back of the legs. No problem. Good, and then release. Now your feet come together again, and then you lower. So we're Supta Badakanasana. So Supta means supine. Okay. Badakanasana, your feet come together, cobbler's pose. So allowing gravity to gently open up front of the pelvis. We're going to end up doing frog today. So this just helps prepare us for it. Okay. And then drawing those knees in, feet go flat, push up into bridge. Right arm comes up. Left arm stays right where it is. So just your right arm up, pushing up into bridge, and then switch your arms. Left arm reaching, right arm coming to your side. Push into your feet, switch your arms. Push into your feet, switch your arms. Push into your feet. Now you're going to switch your arms. Right arm goes up, and now extend the left leg straight out. Ooh. Can you do it? Good job. Bring it in, and then switch arms. Left arm reaches, and then your right leg reaches straight out. Nice. And then bring that right leg in and switch arms. Left leg reaches out. Pushing into the right foot, you guys. And switch arms. Right leg reaches out. Switch arms, one more set. Right arm's reaching up. Left leg extends. And then switch one last time. Switch your arms. Right leg extends.
And then bringing it in, both arms going up, pushing up through both feet. You literally push your heels, push the whole bottom of your foot into the ground, lift a little higher, and then release down. Draw your knees in, hug, and rock side to side. Nice. So now we're going to do frog. Okay. So with that, you're going to drop your legs to one side, look to the other side, and then those legs go to the other side, and you reverse. Good. And so whatever side you're on, you're just going to bring that arm over, slowly pick yourself up. Okay, so now you need a blanket. And I'm going to use my mat this way. And I'm going to take my blanket and open it up like this. Okay. You want your blanket to be wider because frog, your knees are going to go way out like Badakanasana. So then I'm going to just turn this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. My toes are together to start, and I'm going to go out wide with my knees. Okay, now you have to watch out, and then you just drop down. Okay. Now, if that's no big deal, then you can turn your feet now. Okay. And if that feels okay, then you go wider with your knees. Okay, go wider. Now, if your knees go off the blanket and it starts to hurt, it just means you need to make your blanket wider. Okay. Now, there's another thing that happens. Sometimes people cheat in this pose. Here's what looks like with cheating. They shift forward too much with the hips. You want your hips back. Okay. Hips are back. All right. So hips are back. So Patty, don't worry about this. What you're going to do, Patty, is you're going to go on your back and you can just do it like this. It's the same pose. No big deal. On your back, same pose. Okay, now see if you can go even further out with your knees. Watch that hip. Don't let it shift forward. You want to stay back. And you're going to know, you're going to feel the difference. So you're opening up that pelvis. And hold it there. And if this is too much for you, then you can do the whole pose on your back. Same pose. A lot more intense when you're facing down, right? Because you've got weight on your knees. Good. Good, and then from there, we're slowly going to come out of it. So bring your knees in and your feet together. You're going to want to take it to one side. So we're going to pull the right leg up, and the other heel is going to go on the outside of your right hip, and you're pulling the right foot over. Okay, so I'm pulling. One heel is here on the hip, the other leg goes over. And then sitting up tall, twist. Right? Remembering what twists do. They help us to unwind. They help us to assimilate, digest, mentally, emotionally, energetically, physically. You're not just a physical body. So if you're experiencing something in your body, some sort of a symptom, it's going to show up in your behavior, in your emotions, in your mental attitude, in your thoughts as well. Okay. All right, and then the bottom leg straightens out and you stack the knees. Go right into a forward fold. Isolated hamstring stretch. Love it. Right? It's a great stretch because this particular stretch fixes that bottom leg in such a way that it doesn't pull on the attachments. So you're really getting a true hamstring stretch. There, coming out of that, and we're switching sides. So now you take the leg that was over, it goes under to the left hip, and then your left foot goes over on the other side of your thigh. So the foot goes there, and lift up tall. So if you can't get your foot there, you guys just bring it into the front. It's fine. And then tall and rotate. Good, and then releasing. Bottom leg now straightens out, and you stack the knees. Drop. Okay, relax your head, you guys. If you want to, you can use a block and support your head with a block on the knee. Or you can take the block on the shin and support your head that way. And remember, we're trying to calm the Vata down. And even if your Vata is stable, you're helping to support it stay stable. Stay steady, right? As the weather changes from week to week, day to day, you stabilize, you become super solid inside the body. So it's just like a windy day. Remember when it's a windy day, I always do a calming practice, right? Because wind is pushing. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of chaos. Good, and then from there, slowly coming up. Nice. We're gonna go back on our back. Press back up into bridge just to help resettle that pelvis. And then lowering, you're gonna then take your right leg up and over the left leg. And you're either going to hold it there or you can wrap the right foot around the left calf. Open up your arms, slightly shifting your hips to the right, about an inch, and then drop your legs to the left, looking to the right. It really is helpful to move your hips slightly to the right. So make that adjustment. And then slowly coming up, releasing that right leg. And now the left leg comes up, resettling your pelvis. Take that left leg over the right thigh, then hook the foot around the calf if you can. Arms open up, shift your hips now to the left just slightly, and then drop your legs down to the right. Look to the left. Good. And then from there, slowly, slowly coming out of it. Good. Pushing up into bridge just for a moment. And then releasing, drawing your knees into the chest. All right. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. You do want to make sure that you're warm. If you have a bolster, place it underneath your knees. Opening up your arms, palms up alongside that body. Cover your eyes, right? We cover our eyes because the eyes are the most overstimulated sense that we have. And also because you're pacifying the fire element. So you're helping to calm the body down by doing that. And then relax. Making sure that once you bring the body into stillness, you let that breath slow down. So you're not shaping the breath in any way. You're just letting it relax. And then the mind eventually settles with the body. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Slowly then roll to your right side and pause there. And then bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Once you're seated comfortably, lift up out of the pelvis, lengthen the spine upward, reach for the top of the head, then soften your shoulders, relax your arms, soften your face, place your hands together, connect your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Again, stillness, steady and still. And then may that stillness carry you through the rest of the evening into a peaceful night of sleep, and that you awaken tomorrow feeling completely refreshed. Namaste.